All right, peace, peace, peace. What up, what up, what up? Just gonna come back with a quick video, real quick. Hopefully, the Most High in your house shall is blessing your day. By the mercies we are consumed. By His mercies we are consumed, and when we're alive in the Most High in your house shall's body and spiritually, and we're naturally alive. Man, I just want to touch on something real quick because this little fun fact. I mean, not a little fun fact, but yeah, because a lot of times too, which is kind of going to this Proverbs 31. Shout out to Brother Simbi of the Firstborn for pointing this out, man. Because even though, like, yeah, it ties into to it perfectly. Even though we talked about, like, I'm understands now, like, because I usually don't go into this, like, the whole. And I just told myself I was never, but the time proceeded to talk about it, like, the Lord had us talking about it, but Wisdom Psalm with the swaddling clothes, things that nature video. But no, I did on that. We talked about that, about how Shai did was like born, how he just did like he was born because him being the kinsman redeemer. So just like Adam had no natural father, like him being the kinsman redeemer, the second Adam, he was the same thing as well, man. So and that's what they had to be to save us from sin and death. So like and no natural man can do that. Now he wasn't a flesh things that nature, but he was really of course he was born of the Most High. He was pretty much born of the Most High, man. Even though I said that too, but even though let me even that because like my thing is about that too because why I never got into a whole virgin birth thing like because there's been a lot of debates on it for like in the word like for like this different sides of it like things of that nature or Mary like him just being born that because this is a lot of debates on that stuff. I told myself listen because my thing was listen like disciples never how Shah really never even like talked about that much or the disciples didn't like the apostles didn't like Paul didn't all that stuff. So that's why I was like okay it's really like what Yahushua did. So listen, here's how to get an inward kingdom and the kingdom to everlasting life, man. This is what you do. He really taught like the gospel, the testimony, the grace and truth, like the faithfulness, man, like that's really what it is, man. So that's just that's what he was on, man. That's what apostles taught. That's what the what you call them, that's what even some of the prophets like leading up to the prophets talk about that. Anyway, that's I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. But my point is being that this too, even though that's the case too, I had that stance now because like even before like for a while now I was never like touched on it, but now it's like listen, going into the testimony, new covenant testimony of the Most High How Shah. Listen, I was like okay, and with that was the Psalm prompted me to talk about that. But even though this man. Even though I said that too, because here's the thing, I see why a lot of people are resistant to that too, because what it is too, because when people like because what it is too. Let me say this too. Even though like listen, like our former mother Mary, like things of that nature, she was very vital. She was very like she was very very key, man. She's a very righteous woman, things of that nature. She was she had her things with her, but she's a very righteous woman, way more righteous than me. Like Mary, like things of that nature. But listen, a lot of different fractions. That ties into because I was talking about this with the Muslim guy the other week. But a lot of people I told him, he said because he was going to talk about Mary things of that nature. I told him, listen, a lot of things, mostly the Catholic Church and other fractions, they make Mary out more important than what she really was. Like not saying she wasn't important, but they just make her out more important than she really was. Because and this all ties into Proverbs 31, what I'm about to get grabbing in a minute. But because different fractions, and that's where because a lot of people are resistant to that. Because a lot of people like because a lot of people, even though they're very contrary to what to what just Yahushua's birth pretty much because like a lot of times too that's where like just like saying that Yahushua's birth like from like from the Most High, he had no natural father. A lot of people like kin that too, like and a lot of people think or associate that where the whole like especially for our people with the whole the so-called black woman's god and this mother goddess the mother goddess worship things of that nature. And a lot of people use Mary for that. Like listen, like just to exclude like the father pretty much, man, or the man pretty much, and that has nothing to do with nothing, man. Because listen, that's honestly as a man, just and that's what the whole Adam Eve thing too, like and shout out to brother Simony Firstborn, man, too, man, because that's what the whole Adam Eve thing, the whole gender war thing. Listen, like even though I talk about the dynamics on here spiritually, because it's all holy mirror, it's just the fact that Listen, we both not so the men and women, we both not serving the Most High house, so we're both wrong. But a lot of times too, listen, because you like because a lot of sisters, you made a lot of bad decisions, or like you messed up a lot of relationships, or you was in, or vice versa, or even for the men, or things of nature that has nothing to do with that. So that's why that's all. No, it's good. Ecclesiastes chapter 5:1. It says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh, and be ready to hear, and then to sacrifice the fools, for they consider not that they do evil. So yeah, man, pretty much, man, leave all that stuff outside the house when you come in the house of the Lord, man. But my point is being is that yeah, that has nothing to do, because a lot of times I understand why people are like, I always understood, even before like I even got into like this whole thing of that nature. I always understood why like people were so like against that, like because really saw the power. Because listen, the Most High, like is there, like how says that the men is possible, if anything is with God, is there with the Most High everything's impossible. What did the Most High say in Jeremiah? Is anything too hard for me? Or he said that with Abraham, like when in Genesis 18, Genesis was it 14, something like that. Is anything, or 18, was anything too hard for me? I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting, man. But I'm just roughly paraphrasing. But yeah, man, because like listen, if Adam was born of the Word, and all the things that like are the Most High and the house they created, you don't think the Most High can do that? But it's all about the power of the Most High, but also too, I understand the other side too, because it's like that kind of, a lot of people use Mary just to like promote that, like that Jeremiah 31:22, like the woman can pass in a man, or that's where the mother goddess worship comes in, and like that's not amongst our people. This is any other nations in different fractions, things of that nature. But let me get to the point though, man, because that has nothing to do with that though, man. Because a lot of times people make Mary more out important than what she was, man. Not saying she wasn't important, but with the one what like she is, because it's good because people use this to see Mary taught them and things of that nature. But it's all but this all is gonna line into that, man. Let me grab this John 20 real quick. It's gonna get me wrong, man. There's a lot of wise women in the scriptures, man. Like because even though the word says listen, let the women learn silence, things of that nature. Listen, the Judith gave a lot of wisdom. Like what we about to read in Proverbs 31. The King Lemuel's mother gave a lot of wisdom, and that's all, and that's crazy because Proverbs 31 is coming from a woman, but also too, even Susanna, like was very wise. Abigail was a woman, but that's what attracted David to her. She's a woman that's faithful to Most High Yahweh, and she spoke wisely. So that's just is what it is too. But yeah, because like let's get John chapter 20 real quick, man, because John chapter 20 and verse 18. No, just verse 17. It says, Yahushua said unto her, touch me not, for I am not ascended unto my Father, but go tell my brethren and say unto him, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and my God and your God. So yeah, and Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that she had seen the Lord, and that he had spoken these things unto her. So yeah, man, that's just what. So a lot of times people use that to to push that, like Mary taught the disciples, because a lot of times too. I remember watching Chronicles of Judah. I think it was a Kanye series he did about the blue man being so-called black man, pretty much, and then he was reading something like reading the little article or little excerpt or something, and it said how like how Yahushua and Mary was married at one point or something like that. It's just a lot of things with Mary people got misconstrued, man. Even just a fun fact too, the classic Disney movie Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame pretty much is allusion to Dame is pretty much a woman in high regards, like like Princess Diana, a woman of like notable woman in rule, a high status, pretty much, man. But that Notre is like I think it's that whole Notre Dame is akin to they pretty much they worship Mary, pretty much Mother Mary. If you look it up, that's what Notre Dame means. Like so that's just pretty much what that means, man. So that just shows you how a lot of people just in that worship of Mary, and which that's just not really the case. But yeah, but a lot of people use that to say that that are what you call them, that Mary, Mary taught them and things of that nature. But this is Proverbs 31 real quick because today's 31st. I want to get into this. It says the words here it is, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. So see, a lot of people saw that prophecy, saying she wasn't bright. But see, if you just go into a word and just even reading context, like if you probably go into a word in Hebrew, I didn't have go into it, but it probably means something else. And also too, man, no, I can read in a good news translation, man, because these are just words that she gave him, man. She wasn't like pretty much giving him prophecies and like Sirach. Let's get Sirach 39 one real quick, man, because she wasn't doing this, just like Mary just wasn't, because yeah. Now, was there prophetesses in the scriptures? Yeah, of course, but they wasn't like going around trying to teaching usurping authority over the men. That wasn't the case, because a lot of people use that just to do that, and just pretty much I say that to say, man, because it's all about like not even on the the whole gender thing. Pretty much it's about the decency or order or the most on your house shop, but people use that just to push their own agendas, pretty much, so it is what it is, man. But yeah, but there's a lot like shoot. Because then what's called? Then Rebecca get the prophecy from the Most High and Yahushua about Jacob and Esau. So there's a lot of stuff and a lot of prophetesses in the word. Like the a lot of wise women, they gave wise word. Even the woman in Second Samuel with the woman that after Absalom died, when what's his name tried to raise up and the throne, go after David. There was a wise woman that she made. Oh my gosh, I was just looking at the brothers. Shout out the brothers from Tazaiwan from True Nation. They brought that out. I haven't looked at it in a while, but they brought that out, man. But yeah. Yeah, let me just grab this too. But yeah, no, the woman, she wasn't doing all this. That prophecy, she wasn't doing this. And Ecclesiastes also in Sirach chapter 39 and verse 1, it said, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied with the meditation thereof, and will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies." And this is alluding to how Shah comes in the volume of the book as well, because Revelation 9 and 10. Let's just get that real quick. That's just a little side. This has nothing to do with it, but it's just shout out to brother Kwame Call and Shalimar, because they brought this out. But yeah, man, that's just it. That's just But they wasn't doing that. Like Mary wasn't doing that. King Lemuel, King Lemuel's mother wasn't doing that. She was giving that like 1 Peter 3, a woman with wise words, like a Judith gave, Abigail gave, even Susanna to a degree. But Susanna was more faithful, but she gave wise words as well, man. Because listen. Then she said, I'm reading Susanna again. But listen, then she said, listen, in the midst of her about being raped and things of nature, or about to be raped, she said, listen, it's better than me fall into the hands of men than to fall in the hands of the Lord. Pretty much to fall in the hands of the Lord's judgment. Now, Hebrews says, listen, that's the difference between what it says in Hebrews, because Hebrews is going into falling into the hands of the Lord as in his judgment. But she said what Sirach said, listen, I'm falling in the hands of you. I'd rather deal with the punishment that you have, than deal with the punishment of the Most High Yahushua for me, to say that I'm committing adultery with you, because that's what they were going to do. That's what they were going to accuse her on, pretty much, man. But gosh, I was about to say something else, but it is what it is. Revelation chapter 9 verse 10, it says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy." So yeah, that lines up with that. All right. 39 and 1. But yeah, man, that man, I just want to get into that, man, because a lot of times, I really don't usually go into this, but a lot of times there's a misconception about misconception or the immaculate conception. I'm just kidding, but I think the immaculate conception, if you go into in the virgin birth, or it has nothing to do with the birth of Christ, pretty much. That's something else. I never even got into that, but I might look into that soon. I'm not probably gonna go into that, but yeah, man, this Christ is just yeah, man. But just listen, my point being is that a lot of times too, that's just people just use certain things just to push certain things, and or especially with Mary, because because I was talking about this with the Muslim guy, the Ishmaelite, Arab guy, like, a few weeks ago, in his halal restaurant. I told him this because he was going to how, like, people make out Mary, and he was talking about Mary. I was like, listen, people kind of make out Mary more important than what than what she was. Not saying she wasn't important, of course, but it's just more of the fact that worshiping her and things of that nature is just not, that's not in the word like that. And people use that John 20 to see that, to say that she taught, or the disciples, or this and that. All she did was give a word and do it like the way Yahushua told her to do. Give the word, pretty much, man. Similar to like I want to say no, Rahab was more action. She just did that, but pretty much she just gave the word, just like King Lemuel's mom did. But anyway, man, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Hopefully this is edifying. So peace.